being a civil aspirant, we should know all these points. And I was like very happy when I came to know these all the things. I want to give an update that next I'm going to...
I will start this session with an example. Generally, people who has a dream bike, what they will do at starting. Hi people, welcome back to our channel IAS Preparation on Wheels. Welcome back, I am Kranti. In the previous video, I said you that we will be discussing in detail about the Indian Forest Service. Generally, people think that Indian Forest Service comes under the All India Services and which is ambit of Civil Services examination. Is Indian Forest Service comes under the All India Services? Let us cross check. See on the screen, I have opened the web portal of the UPSC and in that All India Services. So here you can see in the All India Services we find that IAS, IPS and IFS. Let us know IFS means Indian Forest Service or Indian Foreign Service. For that I opened the Indian Forest Service 2020 notification. See in the screen you can see in the notice top left of the notice we can find that examination notice, and last one you can see IFOS. It means that Indian Forest Service. So we came to know that IFOS is Indian Forest Service. Now we'll open the Civil Services Examination 2020 notification. Let us find Indian Forest Service comes under here or not, because Civil Services Examination recruits All India Services, Group A services and Group B services. So we need to find does Indian Forest Service comes under here. So you can see on the screen there is like Civil Services Examination notification 2020. In the service list there is, in the notice you can see Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Foreign Service, and we cannot find beside that Group A. It means like you can see in the down one Indian P&T Accounts and Finance Service, that is Post and Telecommunication Accounts and Finance Service. We find here Group A. UPS has clearly mentioned that it's a Group A service, but whereas for the Indian Forest Service there is no Group A were written beside it. So it is confirmed that Indian Forest Foreign Services comes under the All India Services, because Civil Services Examination recruits All India Services and like Group A and Group B services. And we came to know Indian Forest Service is all about IFOS. And finally what I am trying to say is like Indian Forest Service and Civil Services Examination has both a common preliminary examination, but whereas for the Indian Forest Service and Indian Civil Services Examination has different mains and different interview. Please follow the UPSC portal first, and then you can go for the another platforms. So that's what all about the Indian Forest Service and Indian Foreign Service. Today I'm a little bit happy today because I bought a new thing for you, and it makes me happy. So that is all about. Oh, so this is what I was very much happy. I want to show to you people. See YouTube logo and my name over here. I think it is like good. So I was little bit I'm so much happy. You can see over here. Are you ready for it? 3, 2, 1. So you can see, and it's good, right? I'm really loving it. So this is very nice, right? So I really loving this with this t-shirt. So without wasting time, let us start today's topic, that is Indian Administrative Service, IAS. I will start this session with an example. Generally, people who has a dream bike, what they will do at starting, they will download the pictures of that bike and they will put on their as wallpaper on the mobile or the laptop or desktop. Even they used to paste that on the walls also, right? So they start seeing in the YouTube about that bike review, specifications, models, details, and even they will plan to take that bike like in the EMI mode or the full payment, and they will arrange money for that. They start arranging money for that, right? So in the same way, I do have a favorite bike, that is like Harley Davidson 883 Sportster model, and I'm very specific about that to take that model only in the Harley Davidson brand. So in the same way, when I'm in my intermediate college, I used to go to the classes and I used to attend and I used to take down the notes whatever the taught by the sir, and I used to come back to my hostel and I used to revise each and everything. And many of my friends and seniors said that you do start with an Lakshmikant polity book and you will be in the race. So I started reading the Lakshmikant book, and at the same time I used to attend the classes whatever they have said, I used to revise that. So this was the daily routine which has happened to me. One day I got one doubt. See, I used to go to the classes and I used to attend, I used to come back to the hostel and I used to read every day. But what is this? And I was like literally bored of this, and I'm not understanding what I'm trying to do also. I'm aspiring for the district collector. Trust me, I only know that district collector. and I don't know about these all the services like Indian Forest Service, Indian Foreign Service, and Revenue Service. I just know district collector, and if you want to become a district collector, then you need to write the civil services examination. Of course, I have heard about the IAS, but I don't know about in detail. Every time I used to put a question in front of me, and I trust and I believe that time will give answer. So just put in a question in front of me, and definitely I strongly believe this time will give answer. So it has given me the answer. I used to spend lots of time on the computer, and I used to search a lots of things regarding that. So today we are going to discuss about what I have learned, and I will be expressing through each and everything. Now let us know about the Indian Administrative Service. Here Indian Administrative Service were held by IAS officers, and Indian Administrative Service were includes in the All India Services, and All India Services were conducted by an examination called Civil Services Examination, and these Civil Services Examination were conducted by UPSC, an appointment body. We have clarity on this, right? So let us know few things about the IAS. Here the IAS, the Indian Administrative Service officers, hold key positions in the administrative machinery of the Indian government. And you know, these IAS officers are the parts of the district administration, state secretariat, or the central secretariat in our country, right? And we should know about that their duties. Actually, they oversee the law and order and general administration in the districts, or might be in the state secretariat or the central level administration also. So these like IAS officers holds the key post in the district, like collector, district magistrate, chief development officer, executive magistrate, district development commissioner. These are the few key posts which are held by the IAS officers, right? And IAS officers handle the day-to-day affairs of the government in our Indian government, right? And I can say here IAS officers are held for day-to-day administration in our country. In the earlier videos, we have discussed about the unit, system, and what type of units we do have. Every unit has a system has an organization has an administration. Here in the administration, group of people working for one work, it might take long time, and it might not be that much efficient, because they need to do one work and they need to come to another work and they need to go to another work. It means that if they want to complete the 3 works, it might take the long time, and there is no guarantee that they will do very efficiently. So here we have included the concept called division of work, which made the work divided into divisions, and people also be categorized into that division to work. So those are like we do have 3 divisions. First division is like planning division. Here in the planning division, they will plan like policy, law to the people, and whatever the planning has been there, they will be implemented by the and second type of state or second type of category called implementing category. Here they will do implementing whatever has been planned by the planning group. Okay, and these two, planning state or the and the implementing state, these 2 states are being observed, and they will be taking the decision by the decision making groups. Okay, here we have the 3 divisions. Please remember that it is very easy to manage or organize at the district level, because you know it is restricted to one area boundary, so we can manage there. But when it comes challenging, like when it comes to the state level or the country level, so it is very difficult to manage or organize the things. And here the actual challenge is like whatever the decision has been made in the country level cannot be reached to the ground level. It is very difficult to look after the each and every unit under the central level. It is very difficult, right? Here we do have another problem, that is like my states are located in the different areas. For example, one state is located at near to the ocean, and one state is in the desert, one state is in the deep or thick forest areas, one state is in the higher level areas like mountain areas, and one state is like in the plain, and like different areas they have been occupied. So it is very difficult to manage and difficult to make a law. So if they want to make a law or the policy or the system they want to make, so they need to keep in the view of all the states, and the group of states should be agreed to that law or the policy or the system, then only we can do anything, right? And it is very difficult to survive at one place. To get, for example, we take the desert areas, it is very difficult to get 365 days food, because we cannot there is no assurance that we will get food from the desert. And it is very easy to get the food from the marine areas, like in the near to the ocean areas, we can get the like fish, everything, every day we can get the food. It is like we do have a lump sum of amount of food like in the near to the ocean, but it is in the desert area it is not possible. So here we need to distribute the whatever we are getting the like food. For example, marine people will send the food to the desert areas, whatever they are getting like dates, some type of dry fruits, they will send to the ocean areas. This is like they will distribute to each and every state. This makes very easy to survive the life of human being, right? Here we do have 2 problems or 2 challenges. First is that government to the people, it is very difficult to handle. Like in the levels of like country unit, it is very difficult. And one more challenge is like we need to see, or we need to change or exchange the crop production for the different states and different localities in one country. So for that we do have one solution. That is nothing but we have included the one of the policy called divide and rule policy. Divide and rule policy gives us the result of levels of administration. In the levels of administration, we do have like central level of administration is nothing but it is related to the country. It means that country has the basis of different units like states, right, and districts and villages together. It has formed into one country, right. So it means that it is taking the responsibility of different states to one point, like center point, that is called central level. So I am calling it as a central level of administration. Next we do have the state level. State level is nothing but which is having the basis of districts, which gives the instructions of the directions to the districts, that is called state level administration. State level administration, we do have next level of administration is nothing but district level, and district level has another level, we do have village. Here I want to include one of the one level of administration, that is nothing but family head is considered as individual and it is like one unit, right, and I consider individual also as a level of administration, because this individual will arrange or organize, manage his family members. Like he will share the clothing, shelter, and he will bring the food and arrange everything or organize in the family by individual. So this also considered as one of the level of administration in one system. So here we came to know that levels of administration can give directions to each state, like each division, such that whatever the plan has been made or policy has been made at the central level, like country level, so it will be reached to the people, like government to the people. So it is very easy. We have solved these two problems by the policy called divide and rule policy. So finally we came to know one concept called division of work. Second is like policy, which is like divide and rule, and these two elements we are discussed about the country level, because it is very useful for the country level. So we are also belongs to one country, that is like India as a country, right. Let us know what about India. So India has a unit, so it has a system, that is like Indian Constitution. Indian government is considered as organization. Indian administration is like administration. So here we do have an Indian administration. We have included the concept called division of work. So that is like it has the three divisions. Those are like legislative state, executive state, and judicial state. Like legislative is nothing but planning section, and executive is nothing but implementing section, and judicial is nothing but decision making section. So we do have three states here. So in the previous video we have learned about that every unit has an head. For we do have three states now, like which is considered as head now. So I consider Indian Constitution is like head, and which it has the divisions as three. So each divisions will have one head for that, and here the division of work concept has been completed. Then what about the policy and rule? Is it applicable to India also? Of course, yeah. India is a big country. It is like a vast country which has the different levels, like which we have the group of states, we have group of villages, like it is a big state, right. Here India also has the levels of administration, which has like central level administration, state level administration, and district level administration, village level administration. And we do have units under it. Those are like nation is the first unit, like country, and next is like state as a unit, district as a unit, village as a unit. So I think you got a clarity now. So for each unit we will be having a head, but now we do have the three sections or three divisions. So what we need to do? Of course, yeah, for every level we do have three states, means that every state will be having one head, and those are like we can see on the screen that central or the nation, which we have the legislative head as the prime minister, and executive head as the president, and judicial as a chief justice of India or Supreme Court. So next, talking about the state level, so state unit has legislative head as chief minister, and executive head as the governor, and judicial head as the high court judge or the high court. And for the next level we are talking about the district level. So in the district level, the legislative head will be the member of parliament, which is representing the central level, and member of legislative assembly, which is representing the state level. And when it comes to the executive, we do have a head called district collector. As being a civil aspirant, we are very familiar to the district collector. Next, talking about the judicial state, so here the head will be the council of court or district magistrate, And talking about the village, so in the village we do have legislative head as the sarpanch, executive head as a patwari, and in the judicial head is like panchayati board. That is all about the Indian level of administration. Now it is like present, and it is like upgrade model. What about the downgrade model or previous model? So let us talk about the previous models, that is like Indian history's previous model of the administration. In the ancient times or in the Indian history, we do have the three levels of administration. First level of administration is nothing but central level, which is like country. What do call like country, we'll be talking about that. And next level is like provincial administration. Here in the provincial administration, province means state and sub province is called as a district. Here in the provincial administration we have the two states, that is like state and district. This together are formed into provincial administration. Next is like village level administration. So these are the three levels of administration which most majorly used in the ancient history and medieval history, also like Indian history. Let us know few details as per the Indian history. So here I am just saying to have an idea, not to specify anything. Okay, so just we'll have an idea of what are the terms used in history to represent the units. So first is like country as a unit, which is represented, or the term used in the for the history is like empire, which is like vast area which is having a group of states under it, and it is headed by an emperor. And next level is like state unit, and state unit is termed as kingdom. It has been headed by the king. And next, talking about the district is called as or termed as province, so sub province, and it is headed by the province head. And next we are talking about the village. It is termed as village itself in the history also, so it is headed by the village head. So these are just have an idea what are the terms used for the history. Here, as per the ancient Indian history, what are the terms used to represent the units? So let us know that. So first unit is like country, which is termed in the ancient Indian history, that is like Maharajam. Country is called as an Maharajam, state is called as an Rajam, and district is called as an Sarkaras or Vish, and villages are called as Grama. So each one we do have an heads, right? So as per the ancient Indian history, we do have level of administration. It means that definitely it do has the concept called division of work. It means that we do have the three states, those are like legislative, executive and judicial. So I don't want to talk about the judicial now, but the thing is very important, legislative and executive now. So here the legislative head for the Maharajam will be the Maharaja, and executive head will be the Mahamantri. And for the next level of administration, like state level of administration, we do have a head called for the legislative head, that is like Raja, and we do have executive head called the Mantri. For the district level, we do have legislative head called Raja, or might be he also called sometimes Diwan, and executive head will be like Sarkar or Vishaya. For the village, the legislative head will be the Gramina or Nayak, and next we do have Patwari as an executive head. Now the interesting part starts. See, we have talked about the district collector, who is the head for the district, and he is the executive head for the district in the modern days. Who are the persons hold the district collector post in the different times? Like for example, in the Mauryan times, who is called as a district collector, and in the medieval like Mughal times, who is called as a district collector, in the British time, who is called as a district collector. Let us know that. Before going to start, so we need to have a brief idea about the district collector, what actually he is. District collector, who is the executive head for the district, and he looks after the day-to-day administration of the district. And if you want to become the district collector, his qualification should be Indian Administrative Service officer. It means like IAS officer. You need to become an IAS officer, then he can hold the post called district collector. And he holds the duties or responsibility function like revenue collection or the collection of taxes, and is to maintain the law and order in the district level. We'll be discussing about who actually holds this type of responsibilities like duties, and who is actually collects the taxes, and who actually maintains the law and order in the ancient times to modern times. Now we'll be doing the time travel, and we'll go to the ancient times and we'll just come to the present days. Indian history starts with prehistoric age. Prehistoric age consists of nomadic tribes or elements age. So in the prehistoric age, nomadic tribes were converted into tribes or transferred into tribes, and these tribes were headed by a head called Nayak. So Nayak will be the administrative head for the that tribe. After the prehistoric age, we do start with our Indian ancient history, that is like with Indian Valley civilization. And we do have the executive officers called municipal officials, and we came to know that through an planning of that town planning and like roads, and having an Indus Valley civilization has an drainage systems, and they do have the water storage system, and they have built like great bath. And seeing the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa cities, we came to know that there are the municipal officials. Then only it is possible to build such a like great bath and having a proper drainage system and water system. Even they do have one floor building. It means that Indus Valley civilization consists of the municipal officials were considered as the executive officers. Next, Vedic civilization, which is after the Indus Valley civilization. In this, we do have an Rig Veda. In the times of Rig Veda, Gopa is to be the head for the group of villagers who is to maintain or protect the cows. Now talking about the entire Vedic civilization, and in this entire Vedic civilization, we do have the district is called as Vish, and the head of the Vish is called Vishayapati. So now the collector, district collector for the Vedic civilization is like Vishayapati. In the times of Indus Valley civilization, Vedic civilization, prehistoric age, we do have small groups of areas and heads of that. But for the first time in ancient Indian history, empire has been established by the Mauryans, which means like group of states combined to one country level. So that is established by the Mauryans, and Mauryans used to have the centralized administration or central administration. So in the Mauryans times, and king is to consider as monarch, which is leads the monarchical system, and he will be the head for the legislative, executive and judicial states, and he is to appoint the civil and military officials. And Pradeshika is called the district administrator, were appointed by the king, and in the present days we do call him as a district collector. Of course, he used to hold the few functions, but rest of the functions were hold under him positions. So those are called as Rajukas, who is to hold the power to punish, and who used to measure the lands for the taxes. So we are well known to Ashoka the empire, right, who belongs to Magadha empire. In the times of Ashoka, the district collectors are called as Amatyas. He was appointed directly by the king, so he has the power to collect the taxes, and even he has the power to punish the people. In the times of Kushans or Pushabuddins, we do have civil servants called Vishayapati, and Bhuktis are called the governors. Generally, in the times of Kushans or in the times of Pushabuddins, we do not have the particular person to rule the district administration. So the civil servants were appointed as district collector to the districts. After the Mauryan Empire, we have the Guptan Empire. In the time period of the Guptas, they have opted the decentralized administration. They are meant for the monarchical system, and in the times of Guptan period, districts are called as the Vish, and head of the district is called Vishaya. Actually, these are not that much of efficient in the Guptan period, but and in the place of the Vishayas, Kumara Machyas has been appointed. Kumara Machyas are the top ranking officials who has been sometimes recruited or appointed in for the in charge of the districts, because Vishayas actually they are been not efficient to the work. So that is the reason Kumara Machyas has been appointed. After the Guptan period, the empire has been divided into kingdoms, and they have formed to autonomous bodies. So it has been formed to an Sangam age. In the Sangam age, actually the kingdoms has been autonomous to itself. So we'll check whether these kingdoms also has the district officials or districts or not. So for starting with Pallavas, Pallavas are very famous for the name called Bodhidharma, who is also called as the Narasimhavarman. So in the times of the Pallavas, the districts are called as the Kottams, and still you can listen this Kottam name in the Tamil Nadu. So these are headed by the officials, and these officials were being appointed by the king. So there is no specific name for the head for the Kottams. And Ur, the Ur has been first turned in the Pallavas period only. The Ur means a small unit which is called village. So generally people in Telangana or in the Andhra Pradesh, they do call the Ur Uru. It means like village, the small unit in the administration. After the Pallavas, we do have the Chalukyans. In the Chalukyas period, we do have the provinces as the mandals, and the head of the mandal is to called as the Mahamandateshwara. He is to be called as the mandal head, and these are considered as districts, and Mahamandateshwara is also considered as the district collector in the times of the Chalukyans. Pulakesin is the famous ruler in the times of the Chalukyans. After the Chalukyans, we do have the Cholas, and in the times of Cholas, the provinces were divided into districts called the Nadus, and these Nadus were headed by the Nattar,
and this Nattar is called as a district collector in the times of the Chola. And Raja Rajendra Chola, Rajendra Chola are the famous rulers in the times of Cholas. Next, we are going to talk about the Rashtrakutas. Here, Rashtra means state or the province. Generally, in the present days, we do use the word Rashtra, which represents the state. So, here in the Rashtrakutas, we do have the Rashtra as a state, and the Rashtra was divided into the districts called the Vishayas, and the Vishayas will headed by the head called the Vishayapati. And under the Vishayas, we do have the subdivisions. Those are called like Bhukti, which has the 50 to 70 villages under it. And the head of the Bhukti is called the Bhogapati. Next, talking about the Rajputs. See, in the Rajput administration, we do have the different system. So, Rajput administration is based on the caste system. And unit head is called as Mukhya, who is the dominant caste leader. So, generally in the Rajput administration, who will be the higher level of in the caste system, he will be the head for particular units in the kingdom. Next, we will be talking about the Shatavahanas period. In the Shatavahanas period, Shatavahanas used to follow the Brahmanical laws and the Dharma Shastras as their system, like constitution. And here in the Shatavahanas period, Aharas were called as the districts, and Aharas were headed by the head called the Amatyas. And these Amatyas actually are the civil servants, and they do act as a district collectors. And Shatavahanas used to follow the Mauryan administration mostly. Till now we have discussed about the ancient Indian history. So now it starts with the medieval Indian history. So let us start the original medieval times, that is like with Delhi Sultanate. So here let us discuss about the Delhi Sultanate. We are very familiar to the name called Alauddin Khilji. He belongs to the Delhi Sultanate. In the time period of Delhi Sultanate, Ikta means state or province, Shik means district or subdivision of the province. And Ikta were headed by the head called the Iktedar, who holds the powers of military, judicial and civil. And the Shik, which is called as a district, and it will be headed by a head called Shikdar. Shikdar means district collector. Next, we are going to talk about the Bahmani kingdom. In the times of Bahmanis, Taraftar used to act as the governor for the province, and he used to collect the revenue from the state. And next we do have the Amir-e-Jumla, who used to act as a district head and who used to collect the revenue from the district. Next we are going to talk about the Mughals. In the Mughals period, we do have districts. Districts are called the Sarkars, and Sarkars were headed by the Fauzdar, and Fauzdar is to act as an head of administration. At the same time, he is to maintain the law and order in the district level. Badshah, who appoints the Fauzdar under the Subedar. Fauzdar helps the Amil, who collects the revenue from the people, and Fauzdar will work under the supervision of Diwan and Bakshish. Next, we will be talking about the Marathas administration. In the Maratha administration, the king used to be head for the central administration, and provinces were headed by the viceroy. And under the provinces, we do have the subdivisions called the Parganas and Tarfs. And Parganas were headed by the Subedar, and Tarfs were headed by the Havildar. In the Marathas administration, we do have the separately Shivaji's administration, which makes the unique type. And in the times of the Shivaji's administration, we do have the Mamaldar, who is to be the head of the district. In the times of Shivaji's administration, Shivaji has been changed the entire administration system, and he appointed the Mamaldars for the district head, who is to collect the revenue from the people and who acts as the head for the administration in the district level. And Shivaji has changed the entire system, and he has made the unique features in the administration. And he has united the 4 states into one and formed a Maharashtra. Maha means 4. We do generally call Mahabharatam. It means that 4 parts into one is called as the Mahabharatam. And here Maharashtra means 4 Rashtra's, which means the 4 states unitedly. It is called as a Maharashtra. In the times of Shivaji's administration, Vishaya is to called as a district, and head for the district is called Mamaldar, who is to be acted as a district collector in the times of Shivaji's administration. In the times of Peshwa's administration, we do have the districts called the Subhas and Prans, and these Prans were headed by the head called Mamaldar or Kamavistar. And this Kamavistar and Mamaldar were responsible for each and every department in the district level administration. Vijayanagara Empire has divided into provinces, were called as Mandalams, and these Mandalams were headed by the governor called the Mandaleshwara or Nayak. And we do have the under these provinces we do have the district levels called the Kottams, and these were headed by the Parpattayar, and he was a representative of the king or a governor in a locality who collects the taxes, and he is considered as government's chief tax collector. We are going to talk about the Qutb Shahi's time. In the Qutb Shahi's time, we do have the districts called the paraganas, and these paraganas were headed by the head called the Tahsildar. The Tahsildar is famously known for tax collection, and he is to be act as an executive magistrate in the district level. And we are very familiar to a person called Kanchala Gopana, who acted as a Tahsildar, district collector for the Polvancha Paragana. Let us talk about the Nizam's period. In the times of Nizams, we do have the districts called the taluks, and the head of the districts are called the talukdar. And these talukdar were appointed by the Salarjung under the system called the Jillabandi system. Under the Jillabandi system, we do have the 14 jillas. Jillas means like districts. So they were headed by the Awal Talukdar and Toyam Talukdar. Awal Talukdar is called as a district collector. Toyam Talukdar is called as a sub collector. About the Tipu Sultan's time. At Tipu Sultan's times, we do have the districts called Amil, and these Amil were headed by the Amildars. And Amildar is to maintain the law and order. At the same time, they used to assist the Fauzdar to maintain the law and order, and Amildar is to collect the land revenue from the people. In the times of the Tipu Sultan, the usage of liquor and prostitution were banned. Next, we are going to learn about the Sikh administration. In Sikh administration, Tabadars are called as the head of the territory of lands, who act as a district collector. And in the Sikh administration, we do have the two systems. One is like Tabadari system and Sardari system. In the Sardari system, Sardars look after the administration. Sardars are called the civil officers, and they are leveled as high rank. And later in the British time, they are called as a Viceroy's commissioned officers. Next, coming to Tabadari system. Tabadari system referred to land under the control of the Misls Tabadars, and these Tabadars received their land as a revenue. We have learned from the empire and kingdoms, but for the first time I want to say from the terms itself. So those are first we'll start with the Zemindar. Zemindar means who holds the land and who collects the taxes, and they collect the farm revenue, a fixed sum based on the assigned district. So locally they are called as Rais, Rajas or Ranas or Ravs or Rawat. Next, we are talking about the Jagirdar. Jagirdars are who holds the lands and who acts as who has powers to govern and collect tax from an estate and was granted to an appointee of the state. And in these are Jagirdars where are been in Islamic rule era or in 13th century. Now we have discussed everything regarding the medieval Indian history. So let us talk about the modern, starting from the East India Company to the present days. So let us discuss about the modern Indian history. Modern Indian history starts with East India Company. East India Company is to appoint the civil servants by nominating by the company directors, and they are sent to the London for training, and they sent back again for the services. And later the civil servants is to act as district administrators like district collectors. And in the times of the British time, so there are Zamindars, Jagirdars, Mauzedars and Mamaldars and Fauzdar. Even we can see the Tahsildars in the times of the British time also. So there are the included of the some type of our Indian administrators into the British, and they have formed into a administration. So I hope you understand that. And next thing, in the times of the British, we do have the governors, they act as a viceroys for the state, like provinces. Under the governors, we do have the district collectors, like district magistrates, who has the powers of the land collection. At the same time, they used to maintain the law and order, and they has the power to punish. At the same time, they do act as a head of the district administration. So we have got in the British administration terms like Zamindar, Jagirdar and Mausdar, and we do have a district collector and district magistrate. Britishers used to have commissions who appoints the civil services who work for the district level administrations. Later we do have commissions who appoints the civil servants. First starts with the company directors, and next it starts with the Civil Service Commission, next Indian Civil Service Commission, and next it's appointed by the Federal Public Service Commission. Next is transferred into Public Service Commission. Next it has been ended with the Union Public Service Commission after we got an independence and we have framed the Indian Constitution, right? We are going to upgrade now. That is nothing but we are previously they used to directly appoint the Tahsildars is like district collectors, but now in the present scenario we do have Indian Administrative Service. We need to crack the civil services, we'll get the Indian Administrative Service, then you can be posted as a district collector. Okay, so we have completed the Indian Administrative Service. So as we are aspiring to the civil services, and we need to specific about which service you are going to be. As like I am specified, or my specification is to become an Indian Administrative Officer. It means like IAS officer. I am specified to that. So please choose the direction right, and please choose what type of service you want. Now we have came from the prehistoric age to the modern area. So here we have a time travel from prehistoric age to the present area. It means that like Mamaldar, Fauzdar, Mausdar and Amildar, and we have learned the many terms which describes the district collector in the our Indian history. So it means that we feel some type of excitement, and we are so curious about that. We are going to write that type of examination, and we are aspiring to such type of post. It means like we feel somewhat proud, right? And we feel somewhat happy that we are going to become like Diwans and like Fauzdar and Amildar and Talukdars. So it feels some type of excitement in us, and we are going to aspire such type of great post, which means that entire administration will be in our hands, and we are going to maintain the law and order. At the same time, we are going to collect the taxes from the people, and we will be the head of the district administration. Being a civil aspirant, we should know all these points. See, this is what which makes you interest, which makes you keep motivating, and which makes you love your studies, and which makes you love the civil services examination. Now people are not only crazy about the IAS or IPS, they are crazy about the IFS, Indian Forest Service, and even recently Revenue Service. People are crazy about that, but be specific about that, what type of service you want to take, and start research about that. What are the previous models of that upgradation or information, details, specifications of all those things. Then you will feel very type of fun while you are reading also. Okay, I was like very happy when I came to know these all the things, and when I'm in intermediate college, I have searched a lots of things regarding this, and I was like little bit satisfied, and I came to know each and everything regarding the Indian Administrative Service, what is all about the Indian Administrative Service. So it feels me amazing. My small request to you people who are aspiring for the civil services, please read in this type of manner. First you fill up the basic levels, what is all about the surroundings like society, area, all those things. You first know that all the things. Next you go for with UPSC, which is an appointment body. You search about what are the services provided by the UPSC, and next you come up with which type of service you are interested in, which service is your dream. Then search about it and just have a clarity on this. I want to give an update that, and next I'm going to do a motor vlog. So I hope you will like that. So hope so. I will be going by tomorrow, and I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you are new to my channel, please press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for the further notifications. I'm going to post the unique videos and interesting videos on this platform like IAS Preparation on Wheels. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Till then, keep loving. Time will give answer. Bye bye. See you soon.